Hi, I'd just like to let you know a little bit of information about PLP Solutions. So, we've been going 4.5 years. The program has been in development since 2013, just before my second book was finished. I was still working on the first tools in PLP. PLP includes full assessment. We also do a DAS 21 to make sure that we have evidence-based assessment at the start and the finish. We do the life balance wheel, which is 8 questions, psychosocial analysis of the client at the start and at the end. This also gives us the opportunity to find out if the client is suicidal within the first 15 minutes. So it's a very good tool. Usually that is the first session. And then we move on basically with tools to help the client with their subconscious, with their thought programs, with their depression, if they have any anxiety, we're teaching them about anxiety, the brain, the nervous system, and of course what they're doing in their life that is causing the anxiety. We're also teaching them how to stop and reverse and get out of depression, which is fantastic. If they have any addiction, we are certainly going through behavioral as well as neuroscience to try and help them understand and work through. But with addiction, we've got a little bit of a different approach to a lot of places. With addiction, we look at the client as being here is all the suppression, the grief, the anxiety, the depression, and here is the symptomology, which is the addiction. So we work very strongly in the first 3 to 4 sessions, working with these areas here so that we can help them ground and cope better so that we can start to work with the addiction. Now, with the sessions, it's a 6 session model for straightforward things like a little bit of motivational, a bit of self esteem, maybe a little bit of depression or anxiety. If they have complex trauma like PTSD or addiction, then we are recommending the 12 sessions. So, in many places, they have an option to go a couple past that, but some they don't. How do we don't work with contracts with you guys because we actually have all our counsellors have all got university degrees in counselling or they have grad dip in counselling. So it's all workforce approved. And then we also have all our counsellors are registered with ACA or, of course, PACFA. So they're all registered. They're all certainly suitable because obviously we wouldn't get paid if they weren't either. But we make sure that we have the right counsellor who can really work well in this space. Because in my opinion, the job agency client is the most complex client there is. I mean, it could be a little bit more complex with prison, but basically the job agency client, from my experience, there are people who have been stuck in the system for months to years. So we need to work intensely with these people, and that's what we do. Speaking of intensity, we have somatic therapy and EMDR that we can work with to help shift some of these issues the client has that may cause anger issues, suppression of grief, many things that are trapped emotions that aren't processed in the subcortical part of the brain. Now, the brain, the subcortical part of the brain is where there's emotions but no words. And many clients have issues that are triggering them, that are keeping them trapped. You know, they're repeating negative patterns because they are a victim of this overwhelm because of all their trauma. So we're working our hardest to straight away when we have that first and second session, assess make sure they're safe, and then start to get into the tools. It is a very organic and user-friendly program. So if a client comes and they're not coping, something horrific is happening in their world, we put down the tools for a little bit, help support them, or we use parts of the program to help support them. Because the program has conflict management, it has relationship work, it has goal setting, it has job work, it has parenting, all these things are available in the program. So we will use whatever we feel is best for the day. So even though we may start with the anxiety, depression, and certainly assessment tools, we will go organically with the client to make sure. There is a great handout that shows all the steps in the program, which is fantastic. And there's also a great handout for the client. If you need any handouts sent out in the post, let me know. Let the team know. If you should hopefully have digital copies. And what else? When we work with your clients, we send you an email and it should be that day just a little summary, but saying if they've attended, how they're going. So it's a really a collaborative approach, us and you guys. And at the end, there's a completion letter, which is fantastic for your progress payments and fantastic for the client. We've also got a certificate that the clients get. So it's just awesome. It's a beautiful program. It's been created by myself for many, many years. I've researched for over 20 years. I've been a researcher, relationships, then depression, then anxiety, then addiction, just trying to find the answers. And when I have eventually found many amazing answers and simplified ways to cut through and help people heal, the PLP started becoming something that I was using, and I was working in job agencies and found it incredible. So it's so exciting that we've got so many counsellors that are working across Australia using this program, changing lives. That's what we do. PLP Solutions. I'm Phoebe Hutchison, and it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much. Have a great day.